Hello, and welcome to the Budget Knitter podcast channel. My name is WSpargur. I am your host. I'm coming to you from Henderson, Nevada, where I live with my two dogs, Princess and Duchess. And today we're going to do a little bit of an update on the Spargur Yarn Company product line. And that's because I don't think I ever really show you guys kind of a lot of the things that I'm working on or the new things that show up in the store. And I don't know why I've been keeping these things separate, because all of this really is kind of one and the same. So I actually have a few things to cover. So we're going to cover some new yarns that I have in the shop, and then I'm also going to cover some of the design stuff that's coming up in terms of if I need testers or anything like that, or just to give some updates on some of the patterns that are already out. So let's just go. Let's do the first little bit. I have some hand-dyed yarns, and they're in both shops right now. So if you're somebody who shops on my Etsy shop, I have something for you. And if you shop on my Spargur Yarn Company website, I have stuff for you as well. So let's touch on the budget knitter stuff first. I do have a hand-dyed yarn for you guys. This is called Tree Hugger, and this is a preliminary colorway I was working on that I will show you in a minute. But this is, my goodness, this is a speckled yarn, and it is on an 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. It is fingering weight, 437 yards. It's a really fun color, and, well, it wasn't exactly what I was after, but I still think it's really pretty. And so for that, it's in the Budget Knitter shop. It is $16 a skein. I believe I have 8 or 9 still available. So if you want some of this, $16 a skein. That's basically my production costs. It'll just cover getting new skeins of yarn to do more dyeing with. But this is available in the Budget Knitter shop if you are interested in that. That's thebudgetknitter.etsy.com. You can head over there, $16 plus shipping. So that is there. I don't know how much of that you can see. It's got yellows, greens, pinks, and then brown is the main dark color here. But it kind of, I really only used 4 colors, but of course they mixed and created some other colors, and I liked that, but not for what I was trying to do. So that's why this is in the Budget Knitter shop. So yeah, budgetknitter.etsy.com. Link is in the video description box below. Head over there and grab that if you were interested in that. However, what I was trying to do is what is now on the Spargur Yarn Company website. And that is this one that has a lot more color in it, a lot more fun, I think. It's got quite a few additional colors in it that Tree Hugger didn't. So this one probably used about 8 different colors to create this fun spectrum, or what I call the canvas of chaos. Anyway, this one's called Power Surge. This is also on the 8515 base. This is a really fun sock yarn. I actually kept a skein for myself, and I want to knit socks out of it. I think it would be some really, really cool socks. So we're going to give that a go. Anyway, this is on the Spargur Yarn Company website. That is SpargurYarn.com. Link is in the video description box below. For all of my budget knitter people, meaning all of you who subscribe to this channel, you can use Budget Knitter 20 on my website, and you will get 20% off of all of my products on the shop. That is a code that is just for you guys, because you've always been there and been so supportive of me. So that is a gift for you guys. You can use it on anything, anytime. You don't have to wait for a sale or anything like that. You will always get 20% off of my shop with that code. And that's just my little gift to you guys. So Power Surge, Spargur Yarn Company website. Some of the other things I have in there, if you are a non-superwash fan, I have some worsted weight yarns that I think you're going to love. This is called Dusk. It's a plum, purple, blue kind of tonal yarn. This is on a non-superwash worsted base. It is 100% merino, but it has not been treated, so it is a hand wash only yarn. These are 181 yards per skein. There are 5 of these in the shop. This was actually kind of an experiment. I wanted to kind of play with color breaking, and so I took some of this deep red color and then I added a blue to it, and I put it on top of the yarn in the pan and let it kind of fall through. So the dark red colors stayed on top and the blues sank to the bottom. So that was a really cool experiment, and I cannot believe how this turned out. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you love non-superwash yarn, this is a great yarn for you, also on the website. Another non-superwash I have is this gorgeous blue. I don't think I've ever gotten this close to a solid color before. I have looked through the 5 skeins that I have of this, and it is pretty darn close to solid. It's still definitely a tonal because it's hand-dyed, and you know hand-dyed is going to have its imperfections just like anything. But this is pretty darn close to solid, and I could not be more thrilled. Again, non-superwash, 181 yards. This is called If I Was Green, I Would Die, D-Y-E. Get it? So there's a song, if you're not familiar, there's a song that talks about this blue man who lives in a blue house with a blue car and blue windows, and everything is blue for him, and then the chorus is, I'm blue ba da ba dee da ba die, da ba dee da ba die, ba da ba dee da ba die. Anyway, so, when I was in school, I think it was middle school, it's a really old song, but, yeah, I don't remember how old I was. Anyway, everybody would sing the song, I'm blue, if I was green, I would die, if I was green, I would die. So I just thought that was really funny. So this colorway is called If I Was Green, I Would Die, D-Y-E, for dying, because I die yarn. It's punny in 2 ways. Anyway, 5 of these are on the shop. If you love a really, really very close to solid blue, this is a go-to for you. 2 others that are currently on the shop.
Group 2?
Echo, no. Oops. I forget that it's listening to me constantly. Anyway, 2 other things that are in the shop right now. Hold on, this one's coming apart. Stay. Okay. So I have these 2 tonals. This one is called Twister, and it's just a tonal gray, and this one is called Cyclone. It's kind of a bluish green, and then it didn't take up the first dye very well, so I added some gray to it and over-dyed it a second time to create this really cool tonal bluish greenish gray color. So yeah, Twister and Cyclone, these are both on the 85-15 fingering weight base. These are really fun. I have 3 of each of these in the shop right now. At the time of filming this video, I can't guarantee those will be the numbers when the video goes up and you guys see it, but I have 3 of each currently on the shop available if you guys are interested. Again, use BudgetKnitter20 as a coupon code to receive 20% off as a subscriber to this channel. So that's all of the yarn that I have that is new to the shop. Additionally, I don't have any with me because they're kind of being worked on right now. I also have assorted stitch markers for sale. They are 5 per set for $7. They're just assorted charms, and they will all vary. I will just pick 5, but they are really cute, really simple. They're on those little gourd pins, so they work for just about everything, crochet and knitting. They're really cute. There's things like butterflies and fish and snowflakes, and I think there's Jesus on a cross on one of them. I don't know. They came as an assorted pack for like 500. So I will just pick 5. I think there's butterfly, like assorted butterflies. There's some seashells, I think. No, I didn't get the dragons. Yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of different things in there. I think a teddy bear is one of them. So if you were looking for stitch markers, you can get 5 for $7 on both sites. So I've got the Budget Knitter Etsy has some listed, and the Spargur Yarn Company website has some listed. So if you're interested in that, you don't have to shop in 2 different places. If you wanted to go get the yarn on the Etsy shop, you can also get stitch markers there. If you want to get yarn on the Spargur Yarn website, you can also get stitch markers there, so you're not having to go back and forth. So check those out, pick those up. I just listed those, I think, a day ago. So those are going to be really fun, and those are available as well. I used to be sewing project bags, but I'm just so busy I don't really do any sewing anymore, which is kind of sad. I was really getting into that. But, so I'm sorry, there will probably, at least for a while, won't be any project bags. I'm too busy with too many other things. Moving on. If you guys remember, I did a review of Red Heart Colorscape yarn, and I had made this pattern called the W cowl, or W. Actually, I just recently learned from somebody who natively speaks Spanish. Apparently it's bedoble. W is a very Americanized version of saying W in Spanish, even though I learned it from my Spanish teacher who was from Puerto Rico, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to call it W because that's just how I know it, but it could just be bedoble. Either way, this pattern, I've only had one person test it so far, and I don't even know how it went. I don't have pictures. So I am looking for testers for the W cowl. So if you are interested, I'm looking for about 5 to 10 people. Send me an email to thebudgetknitter@gmail.com. The email's in the video description box below. Let me know if you'd be interested in test crocheting. This is not knit, this is crochet. So if you're interested in test crocheting the W cowl, please email me at thebudgetknitter@gmail.com. I've got too many things going around in my head. I know several of you are currently test crocheting my half double shawl. If you are doing that, I ask that give it about a week after this video goes up and then check and see if I need any other testers. I would like to have some people... You know what? Scratch that. If you want to test this as well. I know the half double shawl really doesn't take as long as it looks like it's going to take. So if you finish that and you want to jump onto this, great, let me know, send me an email. Excuse me, and I'll get the pattern out to you. I am looking to have this also kind of tested by the end of April. I'm looking to release a few patterns kind of around that area, end of April, beginning of March time frame. So, if you want to test the W cowl, please email me at thebudgetknitter@gmail.com, and we will get some testers on that. For those of you who are testing the half double shawl, please remember to send me pictures when you're done. If you aren't done by the end of the month, please at least get me a progress update by the end of the month, just so that I kind of know what's going on. And a couple of you have sent me pictures already, so that's great. But as soon as you finish, I'd like some really good shots of what it looks like, because I'm going to look for some other pictures to feature on the pattern page on Ravelry. So let me know when you're finished with that. Now, a while ago, I had another crochet pattern. It was the Vegas bandana cowl. It was crocheted fingering weight. I sent that out to 4 or 5 different testers, and I've only received pictures back from one of you. And I'm having trouble finding my emails for the people who are testing that. If you are testing the Vegas bandana cowl, the crocheted Vegas bandana cowl, if you have finished it, please send me pictures so that I can see how it turned out. Or if you have any questions, please let me know. Additionally, if you are okay with crocheting fingering weight yarn, please let me know that you're okay with that if you're looking to test crochet a few patterns, because it looks like I'm going to need somebody to test that again. I've actually followed my own pattern 2 or 3 times, and somehow I end up with something completely different every time, and I don't know how I'm doing that. So, yeah, I need some more testers for that as well. I don't have an example. All of the ones that I have done are at yarn stores as sample pieces, which is kind of odd considering I haven't actually completely finished that pattern. So, test crocheters, email me. Let's get some of these patterns out and tested. I'd like to get them done. So if you're somebody who, like you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home grandma or a stay-at-home grandpa or a stay-at-home dad, or you just stay at home like I wish I could all the time, reach out, let me know. Let's get these things crocheted and tested. I really need some help with that. Test knitters, I don't have anything for you at the moment. I am working on a couple of things. They're just taking a little bit longer because knitting takes longer. So, yes, test knitters, be on standby. I am working on a few things, but I've got some things that just have to get done first. So, yeah. And then, additionally, in terms of updates for this channel, where we would like to go, I still want to do the sock tutorial knit along, so we're gonna do that. I just haven't gotten around to getting those things filmed, and I am so sorry. I know you guys have been looking forward to that for like 6 to 8 months, and I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to put that together, but I am trying to make a vow that we're going to get that started soon. And then I would also, this has been requested a couple times, I would like to do a budget series in terms of like yarn, like learning about some budgeting and maybe some smart tips on how to save up for some of the nicer tools. Because as you guys know here on this channel, I kind of try to do a blend of, you know, cheaper, more affordable tools and products, but then I also have some of the nicer stuff. Either it's been gifted or I've saved up for it. And so several people have requested kind of like a little series on budgeting just to get and save up for some of the nicer knitting and crocheting related tools. So I want to do a series on that as well. I just have to kind of think about how I want to plan that. I'm trying to decide if I want to use actual numbers about my income or if I'm going to keep it kind of vague, because that's kind of a topic. Like, do I want that out in the world? Anyway, so that's going to be coming as well. I'm going to plan that probably to start around like the summer, just because I need to take care of some things first. Anyway, so yes, new yarns and products, and I am throwing things everywhere. So these are on the sites. Go to those links in the video description box below. Crocheters who want to test things, send me emails. Knitters who want to test things, wait a little bit. And then we're going to have some fun new series for socks and for budgeting coming up on the channel sometime this year. So stick around for that. If you have made it through the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around. I am really looking forward to the things that we're going to continue to do together through the course of this year, and I hope that you are as well. For now, I am going to go and check on my dye pots because I just realized that those have been on. And I will see you guys again very soon here on the Budget Knitter Podcast channel. Thanks. Bye.